Mastering life is not about control, it's about understanding. The most powerful individuals, the ones who shape their own destinies, are not those who try to control every outcome, but those who learn to control themselves. The greatest challenge you will ever face is not the world around you, it is the battle within. This is not a path of shortcuts. It is not about waiting for motivation to strike or hoping for circumstances to align perfectly. It is about training your mind, building the right habits, developing unshakable self-discipline, and embracing the lifelong process of growth. Because the truth is, there is no final version of you. There is only progress, refinement, the continuous pursuit of becoming. The greatest thinkers, from the Stoics to modern psychologists, have always understood this. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your greatest limitation. Every decision, every habit, every action is shaping you into the person you're becoming. The question is, are you becoming someone you admire or someone who is simply drifting? Mastering your life is not about perfection. It's about alignment, aligning your actions with your values, aligning your thoughts with your highest potential, aligning your time with what truly matters. Because the truth is, success, fulfillment, and impact are not destinations. They are byproducts of the choices you make every single day. In this episode, we will explore what it takes to master yourself, your mindset, your habits, your discipline, your learning, your purpose, because the ultimate freedom is not found in external achievements, but in becoming the person who is capable of achieving anything. Now let's begin. Mastering your mindset. Everything you do, every decision you make, and every goal you pursue starts in one place: your mindset. Your mind is either your greatest asset or your greatest limitation. If you do not master your thoughts, they will master you. The way you interpret challenges, failures, and opportunities will shape your reality far more than external circumstances ever could. Consider Viktor Frankl, a man who endured the horrors of Nazi concentration camps and yet emerged with one of the most powerful insights in human history. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Even in the face of unimaginable suffering, he realized that the mind was the final frontier of control. If he could control his thoughts, he could control his experience of reality, and in doing so, he not only survived, he helped millions discover the power of inner resilience. This lesson applies to all of us. Your mindset is not just about positive thinking, it is about training yourself to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It is about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you can build, from what is out of your control to what you can influence. The greatest achievers in history did not wait for perfect conditions. They created them through mental discipline and relentless determination. Modern neuroscience supports this. Studies on neuroplasticity reveal that our brains are constantly rewiring themselves based on our dominant thoughts. If you tell yourself that you are not capable, not smart enough, not ready, you are reinforcing neural pathways that make those beliefs stronger. But if you train yourself to think in terms of growth, resilience, and problem solving, your brain adapts, and those patterns become your default way of seeing the world. So how do you master your mindset? First, become aware of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words you tell yourself daily. Are they empowering, or are they keeping you stuck? Second, practice reframing challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, train yourself to view them as lessons. Third, expose yourself to perspectives that expand your thinking. Read, learn, engage with new ideas, and question your own assumptions. Throughout history, the greatest minds, from Marcus Aurelius to Nelson Mandela, from Viktor Frankl to modern neuroscientists, have taught the same truth. The way you think shapes the way you live. If you believe you are limited, you will be. If you believe you are capable of growth, your actions will follow. Your mindset is not fixed. It is a muscle. Strengthen it, and everything else in your life will follow. The power of habits. Success is rarely about talent, intelligence, or even luck. It is about what you do consistently. The small repeated actions that seem insignificant in the moment are the very things that determine where you end up. Your habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They shape your mindset, your discipline, and ultimately your destiny. Take Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest minds in history. Many assume his genius was a product of raw talent, but in reality, it was his daily habits that set him apart. He carried a notebook everywhere, constantly sketching, questioning, and analyzing the world around him. He didn't rely on sudden bursts of inspiration. He created an environment where creativity became inevitable. His discipline in daily learning compounded over time, making him not just a painter, but a scientist, engineer, and philosopher. Most people make the mistake of thinking that greatness comes from single, life-changing moments. But the truth is, it comes from the small things you do every single day. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. If your habits are weak, no amount of motivation will save you. If your habits are strong, success becomes inevitable. Science confirms this. Studies on habit formation show that repeated behaviors literally rewire the brain, making them automatic over time. This means that your daily actions are not just things you do, they are shaping who you become. Every time you procrastinate, you reinforce avoidance. Every time you take action, you reinforce discipline. This is why building the right habits is not about motivation, it's about automation. So how do you build habits that lead to success? First, start small. The biggest mistake people make is trying to change everything at once. Instead, focus on one small habit: reading 10 minutes a day, exercising for 5 minutes, waking up at a set time. Second, remove friction. Make good habits easy to start and bad habits harder to continue. Want to read more? Place a book where you can see it. Want to stop wasting time on your phone? Remove distractions before they take control. Third, stay consistent. It's not about intensity, it's about showing up every day, no matter how small the effort. Look at Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players in history. His success was not just about natural talent, it was his relentless commitment to his habits. He practiced at 4:00 a.m. every day, not because he had to, but because he knew that greatness is built in the hours no one sees. The same is true for anyone who has ever achieved something extraordinary. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, puts it simply: every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. If you want to master your life, master your habits, because in the end, your success is not determined by what you do occasionally, but by what you do consistently. Building self-discipline. Most people wait for motivation to take action, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. The people who achieve greatness, the ones who push past limitations, do not rely on fleeting emotions. They rely on self-discipline. They do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. Take Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL and leadership expert. His entire philosophy can be summed up in one phrase: discipline equals freedom. While most people see discipline as a restriction, as something that limits freedom, the truth is the opposite. Without discipline, you are controlled by your impulses. You